host is always Preston Bailey. We got a little NBA talk. A lot of people have been tweeting about the NBA lately. Like it's a season. We're a week in. I know Cam is giddy because his Brooklyn Nets that I've heard so many things about. They're 2-2. Okay, everybody after the first two games, they won their first two games big. They look great. Yeah, everybody's like, whoa, the Brooklyn Nets are going to win and go, 82-0 in a normal year. In this case, they're playing 72. They're going to go 72-0. Okay, they're 2-2. So everybody can calm down.
They've lost to Charlotte and Memphis.
Okay, so we're going to get into a couple blowout games specifically. So last night, there was a huge blowout game. Cam, you want to go tell the score and tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, the Milwaukee Bucks last night made 29 three-pointers, beating the Miami Heat by 144-92.
Okay, 144-92. Right. Okay. That's a beatdown, right?
Drew Holiday led the way with 6 three-pointers.
Right.
Actually, ironically enough, Giannis was the only Bucks player not to make a three.
I heard that. I heard he was the only one. So another thing that I heard, so they made 29 threes. I'm talking about Milwaukee Bucks.
They also game record.
They set the single game record for 29 threes. Giannis and also 12 people made a three. Now,
everyone but Giannis.
How many people? So 13 people played in that game.
Correct.
And 12 of those people made threes. And Giannis, the best player.
Except the best player. Correct.
Except the best player. Right.
In fact, Giannis didn't have a good game.
Which goes back to my theory, and my point is that I could care less if Giannis. His team won by 50. His team won by 50. What, 52?
Yeah, and he only scored 9 points.
Okay, he scored 9 points. Yeah, because the game plan, the coach had a horrible game plan for the Heat. The coach's game plan was let's focus on Giannis.
Spoelstra had a bad night. Yeah.
Great. He shut down Giannis.
He didn't have his best player. Jimmy Butler was out.
Okay, I'll give you 20 points for that. I'll give you 20 points for Jimmy Butler. You still lost. Even in my scenario, you still lost by 30.
And Tyler Hero scored 23. So there you go.
Right. There you go. So yeah, that's an embarrassing performance. Another blowout game. Was happening a couple days ago. The Dallas Mavericks, who have not had a winning season. They've actually not played great. The Dallas Mavericks scored 124. The Clippers scored 73. Now, that also was without their best player, Kawhi Leonard, so that is fair. That is worth noting. However, it goes back to my point. This Clippers team is talented, but they are also soft. They also have no heart. You love these soft teams like the Clippers, like the Nets. You've loved these guys for 2 or 3 years. I like guys that play with character, guys that play with heart. The heart of the team for Miami is definitely Jimmy Butler. The heart of the Clippers, if they even have a heart, is Kawhi Leonard. We did a video about that, the Godfather. And what did the Godfather do? The Godfather sat out, and the rest of his guys got gunned down.
Well, he wasn't load managing. He was hurt. He got elbowed in the jaw. So that's why he didn't play. Suck it up,
Buttercup. Suck it up. Yeah, he got elbowed by his own teammate. Suck it up.
Serge Ibaka, yeah.
Yeah. Which goes back to my point, my problem with loan management. Yes, I understand he got knocked in the face, and it looked like a Conor McGregor, Khabib. It looked like a brutal match. It looked like he got knocked out. He got elbowed by his own teammates. Yes, that was a hard elbow. However, if he was in any other era, they would have said, suck it up, big boy. Suck it up. You're getting $35, $40 million. Figure out how to put a towel, bandage it up, and get out there. That's what they would have done in the 80s, period. And
Correct.
in the 90s. They would have said, tape it up and get out there. So,
you've said many times, if the Kevin McHale, Kurt Rambis clothesline happened today, the player would be arrested right at midcourt.
If that play in the 80s, Kevin McHale, Kurt Rambis, those epic Lakers-Celtics battles, Kevin McHale would have been arrested. They would have handcuffed him on the court, and they would have dragged. Now, they would have had a hard time dragging a 7-foot, 200-some-pound guy out of there.
LA form.
But they would have dragged him right out of there. But yes, that is embarrassing because you brought that up last night about Milwaukee. I wanted to talk about it a couple days ago, these NBA blowouts. I'm noticing a horrible trend. We're 4 games in. I'm noticing a horrible trend that load management teams are giving up. If it gets rocky, look at this right here. The Clippers are 3-1 on the season. Their one loss is by 50 points. What are they doing? And they had what's worse than losing by 50. I understand you're going to have games where you don't have your stuff. You're out of it. You're thinking about lemon pepper wings. You're not dialed in. They scored 27 points at the half. 27. To put things in perspective, the Milwaukee Bucks made 29 threes in the game. What are they doing? The Milwaukee Bucks made 29 threes. The Clippers scored 27 points in the half. They finished with 73. This is embarrassing. Okay, Paul George, who you know what? I'm starting to get more and more angry about Paul George by the day.
He looked like bubble Paul George in that game. That's for sure.
Paul George. It depends on his mood. There's some games where he's dialed in. Boom, 8 threes, 32 points.
Opening night against the Lakers, he was phenomenal.
And other games like this game, 4 for 13, 15 points. The bench was atrocious. Zubac, Randy Johnson, a couple other guys. But I'm looking at the starters for the Clippers: Serge Ibaka, Batum, Pat Beverly, Paul George, and then Kennard. Not Leonard, not Kawhi Leonard. This is
Kennard.
This is L. Kennard.
Luke Kennard, yeah.
If you look at it wrong, it could look Kawhi Leonard, but it's actually L. Kennard.
Former Duke player, yeah, Luke Kennard, yep.
Former Duke player. It was Lou Williams out?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. Oh no, actually no. He did play. It says here 0 for 4.
More focused on his lemon pepper, yeah.
Yeah, more lemon pepper. Lemon pepper wings are destroying the NBA, Cam. What are your thoughts on that?
No, it's 100% true. It's 100% true. And to your point with the Clippers, first of all, I don't like the Nets because the Nets' two best players I despise. I despise Kevin Durant.
I know you like to say that, but some of our biggest blowouts before this last year was you telling me how great Kyrie is, and is that you or is that?
I was wrong about Kyrie. Look, that was me. I don't have a split personality.
Wrong. That's a joke, guys. Go ahead.
I know.
Go ahead.
I was wrong about Kyrie Irving, and I should have known. When you don't want to play with LeBron James, you're an a-hole. It's as simple as that. And I should have known because he came to my team. I got caught up in all the razzle-dazzle and the handles and the threes and Uncle Drew and all that.
He's flashy. Kyrie's flashy. He's
but
flashy.
He's a jackass.
Right. Okay, let's go easy on the cursor. You're fired up here. YouTube's already gonna. One thing about YouTube, do not put hot girls on your YouTube title. For those starting out YouTube, do not put hot Instagram models. Lemon pepper wings. I'm going to link that video because I've had to change that like 3 times. I put 4 hot Instagram models on there, and they flagged it and they took it down. Don't mess with YouTube. They do not play games.
Now it's just lemon pepper wings. Yep.
And now it's just that's just a bunch of chicken wings, lemon pepper wings. But so let me just say this. You're right. Kyrie Irving is a great player, and I saw the first couple games. I thought, man, he's looked great as well. So here are the quick numbers here. The Clippers are 3-1. The Phoenix Suns are 3-1. The Kings are 3-1. Okay, that's in the West. In the East, Orlando is 4-0. My team 4-0. Are they going to stay 4-0? No, they got a good team. They're young. We'll see what happens. Atlanta's 3-0. Is that going to last? We'll see. Indiana 3-1. Do you want to talk about now? What happened last night? Last night you guys were down and up, and then I saw you guys won. What happened in that game? I was like doing 100 different things, and the Celtics won somehow.
Big fourth quarter comeback led by our first round pick Peyton Pritchard.
There you go. Wow, what do you think of that?
Yeah, good game.
So let's look up. I want to look up this real quick before we wrap this up here. The Brooklyn Nets. I want to dive into Brooklyn because they're a fascinating team.
No, but I do root for the Clippers because I had to pick a side in the Battle of LA, and given the fact that I am a bleed green Celtics fan, I am not going to root for the Lakers I'll root for the Lakers if they play the Nets in the finals because I'm not going to root for Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving.
Let me just say this, and that's a good point, but let me say this about Brooklyn. So the first game they played against the Warriors, that looked it sounded more impressive beating the Warriors than reality. In reality, the Warriors are not that good. Right, they got a lot of injury problems.
It's Steph and nobody.
It's Steph, your rookie Wiseman, and a bunch of guys because Andrew Wiggins has gone the wrong way.
And Draymond Green's been hurt. So.
And the second game, your Celtics, they whipped the Celtics. That looked like a big win. The Celtics are a good team, but the Celtics are going to have a lot of up and downs. Like last night, they were up and down, and they won the game. But then the last 2 games, they lost a tough one. I'm talking about Brooklyn Nets. They lost a tough game against the Hornets. And then they lost against the Memphis Grizzlies, which I believe that was the game that John Morant got injured and is out for 3 to 5 weeks. Is that correct?
No, I believe that was before the Brooklyn game. I think they played Memphis tonight. I mean, you might be right, but I think I'm getting my nights confused. Maybe you're right.
You're getting us off track here. The point is, yeah, John Morant's out 3 to 5 weeks, so that's another big game. But yeah, like and subscribe to the channel at Smash TV Radio. But yeah, these NBA blowouts it's getting ridiculous, and it's true. It's load management. It's my problem with load management. Okay, we just did a video about professionals. Okay, I don't have a problem with amateurs sitting out. Amateurs. You're not being paid. You're an amateur. You're a professional. If you're in the NBA, you are a professional, correct?
Correct.
I don't have a problem if you, well, I know the year is COVID. I don't want to get too deep in that. I want to focus on a normal NBA season, 82 games. If you sit out 4 or 5 games, I have no problem with that. In the flow, back to back, I get it. Okay,
Right, you're playing the Cavaliers in the middle of February, right?
Look, I get it. Look, I have no problem. You're playing the Cavs. Let's rest up for the Clippers, the Nets, or whoever, the Lakers, whoever's the top team. My problem is when you're load managing 8 and 10 and 12, you're taking it too far. You're taking it too far. You are a professional. You are highly paid. My just personal opinion is 4 or 5 games. I think 4 or 5 games is more than enough out of 82 games. I mean, you should play all 82. I mean, what I would like to see is, when you work for a big corporation in the corporate world, you can buy PTO time. What does that mean? If you're working at whatever software company, Bank of America, whatever, you can say, okay, hey, I get $1,000 a week. I want an extra, so you get 2 weeks vacation. I want to buy an extra 2 weeks, so I'll give you $2,000. So take, $40, $50 out of my paycheck, whatever the number is. So I have got no problem if they want to take 10 games off, those 5 extra games that you're getting several hundreds of thousands of dollars a game, you pay that back to the team. What do you think about that, Cam?
No, it's true. Absolutely. 100%. Pay it back.
Yeah. Pay it back. Like and subscribe. Thanks again. Appreciate it.